Hey guys, this is Gamer Cal for you in YouTube lands. We landed what the hell is going on because we already know what's being played, but the stream people do not know what's being played. So yeah, we've got to cater to that. So yeah, we're playing the new game thing here, and it's gonna be pretty freaking awesome, I have to say. What are we going to be playing? Well, that might help. Probably not, but this most certainly should. Yep.
Super Mario Galaxy!
Yep. I've decided I'm going to play the original one as well. It has been a long time since I played the second one, which I played blind, of course. That was potentially like the biggest mistake ever. But yeah, that was something which I did, and it took a long time. But this will not take as long because it's only 120 stars from that. Obviously, Dazzle is what I have to use to capture this, which means I can't do 60 Hz on this because Dazzle doesn't capture 60 Hz on PAL systems, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think the reason for that is just resolution support, but yeah, we're going to be playing it on that. 2007. It has been a long time since this game came out, and yeah, it is. It is something which I have been considering playing for quite a while, and just haven't actually gotten around to. But you know, this whole new format thing kind of helps a lot with that. I think this is potentially good. I'm hoping that the quality of this isn't too bad because obviously Dazzle kind of doesn't support like as big a frame rate as what I usually use for it. And of course I'm going to be selecting the new file thing because these are like, well, at least this one was finished for the first playthrough. I won't be using Luigi because I don't have a save file set for it, but we shall just go ahead and create a new game file. And I think we shall just use Mario as the head, because why not? It's Mario's game after all. It might be the year of Luigi, but since I don't have a Luigi pick thing set, you know, this is the next best thing we can do. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and start. Why not? So, I guess the generic story behind all of this is pretty much going to come up on screen, so I'll talk to Kid whilst I'm here. The way I'm going to set this up is I'm going to be trying to do LP stuff a lot more sort of regularly in terms of no, it's Toadette there looking kind of cute. I'm going to be doing like LPs sort of hopefully every Saturday, and then Wednesday would be the other day I'd like to do stuff, because Wednesday I'd be uploading the last video of this if I do 4 at a time to say. So what I want to do is I want to be able to have 2 sort of running at once. I might do, say, Pokemon on the Wednesday and then Saturday for whatever, you know. I want to have a variety of stuff that I can do, obviously, and
I'll be waiting for you at the castle on the night of the Star Festival. There's something I'd like to give you. From Peach.
thank you. Yeah, so essentially that's kind of what I want, but I will be doing this as well at times. It's just going to be one of those things that whatever I decide I want to play on the day is what I will do. So yeah, we have obviously running around in circle stuff. We have toads that you can talk to. There we go, time to party indeed. You can just manually talk to this one because whatever. Glad to arrive. Yes, we are glad to arrive. Obviously he is not going to help us too much. You get basic control stuff from these guys, I think, as well, you know, because he's got like a star spirit thing. It's not the star spirit, it's the star bit, but you know, same difference. Same difference in the end. Obviously these things are going to be important later, and welcome indeed. So, we need to go and get whatever Princess Peach is going to give us, obviously. So let's just go ahead. I've already covered the previous game in terms of control stuff, so I probably don't really need to do much of that. That is a very, very nice castle view there. I will say, this game does look phenomenal, even to this day. And whilst it's not as good as the second one, obviously, because the second one sort of took the concept here and just made it really awesome, even more awesome than this, it's still an amazing game in its own right, and there should still be plenty of fun to be had from this, obviously enough. So, yeah, I guess. We're getting attacked by Bowser because that's how every Mario game obviously has to go. Bowser has to have some sort of attacking thing, and apparently here he can turn people into crystals, which is not exactly very good. The effects are still amazing though. If you're still seeing the water and stuff off it, I know it's kind of unfortunately standard definition and all of that because of the way the Wii and all that is, but it doesn't matter. It still looks incredible, even to this day. Also, hey Nen, how are you doing? Well, no, see, the second one to me was better because it took the idea. Yeah, it was basically the same thing, but it kind of took the same thing and then made it better, introducing more new stuff to it. The concept might have been not unique, but it was just the way it was set up was a lot better. The way it kind of played out was a lot better. That does not make the first one bad in the slightest. There is plenty of good stuff with this one. So yeah, we need to do stuff with freeing people, but we cannot free people yet because we cannot do anything. We're helpless. We're just Mario. We just need to dodge stuff, obviously. Yes, we are going to help you as quickly as we can, Princess, I suppose, because that is what we do. We are Mario and we must help the princess where possible. I don't know why the ship is just firing in exactly the same spots at all points there, but hey, that's just what it decided to do. So Bowser has UFOs, apparently. Just because it can. Yeah, because it can exist. I don't know why he has to have this, but it looks pretty awesome nonetheless. He's just lasering the ground to sever. But yep, he steals the entire castle. I think this is actually the first time that this has happened in Mario, where, if I remember rightly, this is the first time it's happened, where Bowser has actually stolen the entire castle, not just Peach herself. He's literally taking the castle from the ground. Did he steal the... I guess he did steal the whole castle in that, didn't he? I suppose, yeah, because obviously that would have come first, being N64. But for a platformer, Mario, that's like... Dude, seriously. How many streams do I predict this will take? I have no idea. Quite a few, though. I will say that now. Even though I'll probably aim to do like 4 parts per stream, but oh boy! And then obviously shit goes real. Because somehow Mario got eaten up by the castle, like coming out into space as well, and for some reason he's perfectly fine with being in space. Because that makes total sense. And then suddenly they teleport. No, Mario is quite clearly Sonic, because Sonic can live in space, right? Anyway, we have a dude over here who is obviously looking kind of pretty. Star in the background is pretty nice too. Hey, bunny? Why'd you transform into a bunny? That's like the worst thing you could transform into. Anyway, yes, you jump with A, obviously. In case you haven't been pressing buttons before now, you can jump with the A button. So, yeah, this dude is just kind of there to lure you around into the rest of these guys. Hide and seek. Well, fair enough. If we can get all of them, blah 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 blah. Sure, whatever. We can do that. So they disappear, and you've then just got to explore this little area until you find where they all are. It's quite a nice looking area, gotta admit, and it sort of shows the gimmick in this game. Obviously, is the whole UFO. No, the planet sizes are really small, and so the gravity and all of that is kind of weird, and you'll often find yourself looking upside down and all of that. It's a little bit tricky to control. I think they did slightly better at it in the sequel, slightly, but yeah, it's still kind of well, Star Spirit thing. Should have hidden in the crater. Oh boy, spoilers! We need to now look in the crater. So jump straight through. And that's where you go. But that is not the one that we needed to jump through. Apparently there is a second crater that we need to jump through, which is somewhere. But that is not the only one that we need to find, obviously. Buts are all that you can say if you are not really sure of anything. There's a dude in here too. Yeah. It has been a while since I played this, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I will have forgotten absolutely everything. It's just, it's a little bit disorienting to try and find particular, like, details in this thing, because, you know, it's kind of just a small planetoid thing. It's a bit difficult to find exactly what you want within this, unless it's like the house or something. You can probably find the house pretty easy. But whatever, just go ahead and eventually catch the bunny when he stops running too much. And there we go. Can't believe I let itself get caught. Heck yeah. Okay, sure, we might be able to do that. Suddenly, castle appears out of nowhere. Because that makes total sense. There's gonna be a lot of stuff in this game which doesn't make sense. But whatever. I don't really feel like talking to these guys too much, but I guess we can. Blah blah blah. Help her with whatever she asks. Sure, we can do that. And that mama is none other than the character which is on the stream herself. Yes, this is Rosalina, the third princess of the series, I guess. Although technically she's not really. Is she called a princess in this? I don't think she calls herself a princess. She just calls herself Rosalina. It's implied that she's a princess, obviously, because of the crown, but she's not. Maybe not actually a princess, because what would she be a princess of? You know, princess of the stars? Well, she'd be more likely to be a queen than a princess at that point. Anyway, we are entrusted with a character known as Luma, and that gives us apparently amazing powers. Because now we can spin and invoke the powers of violence via Wiimotes, obviously. So yes, disaster has struck, blah blah blah, we can rescue Grand Stars, and that is what we must try and do. And she can fly and like teleport and stuff, by the way, just putting that out there. So yes, now that we have the power of spin, we're going to get the tutorial to tell us what we need to do with that, and that is pretty much what we do. As it says there, you shake, and you activate lots of cool stuff with that. So now we get into our first level of the game here, and the main idea of the very first bit is we're going to get told here, good to see, blah blah blah, you had a launch star but it got smashed up. Oh dear. Yes, what we just got launched from obviously is a launch star. Just because that's what launches people, obviously. Yeah, so obviously you need to worry about the black hole down the bottom. If you jump into that, then you will obviously die. So just be a little bit careful of that. You know, you don't want to get yourself killed immediately. That would suck. Yes, we have an additional Mario. The control, the moves that you can do in this game are very, very similar to what you do in Mario 64. You've obviously got the backflip, you've got the long jump, you can do triple jumps. You can't actually do punches though, that is one thing, because the punch is replaced by the spin. So yeah, the spin is basically what you have to attack people with. And it usually works pretty well. If a combination of spins and jumps will tend to do whatever you want to do with it. You can also jump and spin, so the spin jump, obviously you get a little bit extra height off of that, and you get some very good air maneuverability, so definitely the best, probably the best general move in this game, to be honest. Because there. You can also use the star bits that you have fired. If you put the pointer on the screen, you can fire a star bit round, and you can do that to stun enemies. So, yeah. You can also fire it at things so that you can do whatever with it, but yeah, that's the general idea. So what you've got to do with this bit, I think there's one actual Goomba which has got a key or something which you need to get, if I remember rightly. I don't even necessarily know, I just know we're gonna smash like everything because we can. We are Mario, after all. Mario is the destructor of everything. That's not good, I suppose. And apparently these crystals holding coins are not necessarily good. Yeah, we'll do that. One of the enemies should have a key. Blah 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 blah. We know that. We know that. We know that. We've done that already. So yep, once you talk to that guy, the key appears. The key holding Goomba. And that's that. So obviously we're free to do. So rescue him, buddy. Blah whatever. Transform into a Sling Star. Yeah, Sling Star. I love that cry, by the way. Sling Star is just a mini launch star, so it doesn't launch you anywhere near as far, obviously. And that's that. So that's kind of useful, I suppose. Being able to just launch yourself into new areas, obviously, is a good thing with it. There's a gigantic ass Goomba over there. Now, obviously, I think you have to use the stunning thing here. You might be able to sort of spin into it, but I think it's designed for you to actually do that. And if you get 50 star bits, you'll get 1 extra life, if you've seen there. You also get an extra life if you get 50 coins, but getting 50 coins is quite a bit harder. So, hurry down into the pipe, because pipes are always a thing in Mario. As I say, the controls are a little bit confusing sometimes, trying to work out exactly how to go where you want to. So that's that. Yes, waiting for us indeed. Look at that, over there, that's a grand star. It's pretty freaking huge, and it totally doesn't have the edges of a shine sprite. What are you talking about? Yes, they basically fused a shine sprite with a power star, and that's what you get. Yes. Grand star power, blah blah blah, find a way to stop the machine. That is exactly what we're gonna do. Obviously don't get yourself zapped if you can help it, that would be bad, but what you've just got to do here is you've just got to hit the switches. We know, that's what we're doing, you don't need to tell us that. Obviously stun the Goomba if you want on the way back. You can actually put the switches back off as well if you, for some reason, stand on them again. I don't know if they use that as much in this game. They definitely use that in puzzles in the second game, which is quite good. But we've already done the second game, obviously, so I don't need to do that again. There should just be one more switch. Yep, there we go. So then when you hit all the switches go green, and yeah. And that's pretty much that. So we can get ourselves a star at the bottom here. And that is our first star of the game, the Grand Star. I mean, I have played this all before. You saw I had a double complete file, right? So, you don't need to go, hey, enjoy the game later, you know, it's gonna be a bitch thing, like, quote-unquote, trying to hide spoilers from me, because I have played this before. It has just been, like, probably 3 years or so since I last played it. No, I am not gonna yell, you got a grand star, that is Chugga's deal. I'm assuming that's where that's come from, because yeah, I know this game has been played quite a lot as well, but I played the second one when it came out, so it only really makes sense that I play the first one as well. It just, I don't know, it's there, I want to play it. It's pretty much that. So yep, you get star bits in your inventory thing as well, because they're actually needed on the overworld thing too. So yeah. Yep, the beacon is indeed lit again. Classic star. Yes. So the more we play into the game, obviously, the more that this place is going to be able to do stuff, because it's called the Comet Observatory, I guess. I don't know. That's not a reason why at all. But yeah. Pass by an area, blah blah blah. That's why the festival comes once every 100 years. Suddenly stopped. Force had done stuff. Power stars. Yes, because for some reason, I don't know when this comes in the Mario timeline. This is probably what somebody's gonna have to kind of say in here, but this is confusing me a little bit now, because where is the relation here between the power stars here and the power stars in Mario 64? Because the power stars in Mario 64 are the same thing, right? I don't know. Like, it doesn't really make sense unless this came first and the power stars from here were put into the castle, which then happened in 64. But again, I've never looked up the timeline stuff, so hell if I know. But it just doesn't make sense. This is ignoring the fact that the second game pretty much ignores the existence of the first one too. So it's just like, what gives? But anyway, yes, we need to get the stars back so that we can get to new worlds, and once we get to new worlds, we get more stars, and we can get to new places, and then we get to the end of the game. Eventually, we'll get enough power to reach the castle, and go kick Bowser's ass, and all of that stuff. So yes, that's that. It's basically the same general thing, the painting aspect from the previous 64 game and all of that. Except there are more different levels in this game that have fewer stars each. It's not a 6-star plus 100 coin thing in this one. There are 6 stars per galaxy, but it's done slightly differently. There's not like 6 stars that you could access pretty much immediately. Anyway, it is at 22 minutes at the moment, but I think I'm gonna do the first star from in here just because we can, and then probably call it after that. So, yeah. As they're saying, you can get a pull star thing, blah blah blah. Blue Lumas can go into pull stars, obviously. So that's that. Different color Lumas do different things, and they're kind of neat that way. But yep, you can see it says aim at the thing, press A, so that you bring yourself into the center. Then the dude here, I can't remember his name actually, I think it was it Polaris or something? I forget what his name was called, but anyway, he's like the elder star child person, basically. And yeah, the more stars that we get, the further out that we can go, and the more that we can look up stuff, obviously. So yeah, the only place that we can go at the moment is here, so we might as well go here, which is Good Egg Galaxy. Pretty amazing place, if I do say so myself. Power Star Energy Patterns in the newest galaxy. What is this, Star Trek? Evil energy readings off the chart. Yeah, this really is freaking Star Trek, isn't it? Star Trek in Mario form. To infinity. Well, no, that's Buzz Lightyear going to infinity and beyond and all of that. But yeah, he can do that too. So, first galaxy, Dino Piranha. We're gonna be fighting the boss already, obviously, because every Mario game has to start off with a boss in the first actual stage of the game. That's just how it goes. You can't have one without that. Don't even bring up Do the Face of Sunshine, because yeah, that's not the point. Polari, okay, so I was close. Yeah, this is like amazing song-wise and stuff. When you first saw this in 2007, it was an absolutely amazing thing, definitely. Now, what you do need to go like round the place here. You want to get on top of the house here, which you can kind of just do without actually bothering too much. You know, you can easily get up there without going all the way around, but it's kind of fun to go all the way around, I guess. But yeah, as Ami's saying there, this is like the first orchestrated game for Mario stuff, and it was absolutely amazing. But it's not just the orchestra, it's just the general feel of the game as a whole. Anyway, we can read a thing here apparently. Yeah, exactly. You can triple jump and spin up there though, so it's not that big a deal. But in the interest of just exploring the place, you can see far off planets there. There's places we will be going later, obviously. So yeah, it just, I don't know what it is, it was so awesome when you saw this back 6 years ago. Yeah, well, we sort of knew about this anyway, but whatever, we know that. Obviously, the patches of grass and stuff which are sparkling, you can get stuff out of, so look for those, I guess. Coin blocks make their nice return here. You can get not just coins off of them, obviously, you can get lots of cool stuff there, but yeah, coins are the main thing which you would first look up. No, look at that, we have already got a friggin' extra life here. That is pretty cool. Now, obviously, one of the major things that we have already seen with this, but one of the really cool things that Galaxy did that you know, other Mario games before it hadn't done was wrapping around and stuff. Whilst it can be confusing to control at times, the ability to wrap around the world here is just, it just looks really amazing. It's a brilliant direction to take the game in because it can lead to some very unique things, to say the least. You know, in terms of what sort of level design that you can come up with this. It's just incredible to see. So yeah, friends are ahead, blah blah blah. That will he will transform into a sling star that you can use to go there. However, I kind of want to see what's in that pipe now. You don't take fall damage in this game as well. That is one other thing that's kind of cool with this. Also, long jumps can be really weird sometimes. So yeah, back to this again, I suppose. I need to just go ahead and set myself up. Triple jump and the spin. We can easily get up there. What have you got to say about all this? Get tired, blah blah blah, you can pause and stuff, but you don't get Starbits back. Fair enough. Anyway, yeah, this is a bonus town. That's why you don't really need to come up here, but you can if you want. And hey, we're showing off as much as we can with all this here, including this really awesome gimmick. I don't know, I just really love the way that sounds. It's cool, okay? So yeah, we can get ourselves an extra life just by doing that. Obviously, extra lives don't carry on throughout the, you know, when you reset the game and all of that, but that doesn't matter too much. If we go in this pipe over here, where do we come out? We come out the other side of the world, obviously. So yeah, now we just need to go up for that launch star that we had. That looks kind of cool over there. I wonder if we're going there soon. I just passed by that Goomba without a care in the world. That's kind of hilarious. Yeah, we're going over here next. And, well, the gimmick of this place, I guess, is that you want to get the star-like pieces thing again to make up the launch star. You can kill these guys if you spin into the red core, and you get a lot of star bits for it, so you might want to do that. I actually think I will try and do that for the rest of them too. Obviously, it sort of hurts if you miss the spin, so don't miss the spin, I guess. Your life in this game is not 8, as it was in... as it was in Mario Sunshine and 64. You only get 3 life in this one, which is a little bit stingier. There is a thing to upgrade that at particular points, but it's not the default. The default is only 3 hits, which is sometimes an issue. It's not normally an issue, but sometimes it can be, because some enemies can be pretty difficult to take on. However, you only ever lose 1 heart at a time, so I guess that sort of makes up for it. You know, it's a simpler health system than what was in the previous ones. Because, you know, in Sunshine and all of that, there were enemies that could take off multiple hits, multiple hearts in one go, so... Well, hearts, segments of your life gauge. Doesn't really matter what you call it, but... Yeah. You! Sign, tell me stuff. Sproutlevine, yes, that's what we shall do in a sec. But first off, we need to get rid of these guys, because they're gonna hurt otherwise, I think. And get ourselves some more Starbits. Don't run into the Piranha Plant, that would be kind of silly. But as soon as you run into, well, kill the Piranha Plant, you basically get to do this twisty viney thing, which doesn't seem to work as well as I would like. Now we're on that planet with the black hole stuff, I suppose. It can be a bit disorienting at times, I will not lie. There are times in this game when you go like, where am I going out of all of this, you know? And that can be confusing, but it's not one of those things that takes too long to get used to. Yeah, so you only get a certain number of star bits out of these things. That's kind of unfortunate, because it would be nice to get lots more than that, but I suppose it would sort of break the game as well, so probably a good thing that that doesn't happen. So obviously we need to kill this guy, but there is a piranha plant sitting over there, and I kind of want to go bug him because we can do that, right? Obviously don't fall into the death here, because if you fall into that black hole, there is no saving you. You are just like insta-killed. These platforms here will disappear when you stand on them, so that is another thing to be kind of careful of. The graphics are very pretty, aren't they? But anyway, this is actually a secret bit, so we're not even doing the proper star in this part. We're going to do that next time. But yes, this is a flip switch area. Do not fall off the flip switch stuff, obviously. Spikes on that one, you don't want to get hit by those, quite clearly. So it is just a basic jumpy thing. As I said, you can deactivate flip switches as well, so that's a thing you probably don't want to do. And then, with a launch star in tow, we get to a new planet, and that new planet is here. But we are, I mean, it's sort of, I thought that was actually going to be a bigger secret than that, but I guess the secret is actually in the next level, so whatever. It makes little difference because we just sort of skipped a bit which we had already done anyway. Who cares? Who cares indeed? These guys are like basically the, what were they called? The strumming stews, I think they were, in Sunshine. The ones, those sort of spotted enemies that just kind of did nothing. But, well, there were a couple of variations of them that did stuff, but whatever. Anyhow, boss time, I guess? It's a bit of a weird looking first boss, if I do say so myself, but the idea behind this guy, you spin into the tail, and that breaks off the shell, and does a very weird piranha thing. Sure. Now, obviously, you've just got to keep spinning into the tail, because that's the only thing you can really do with this. There isn't much else that you can actually even think of doing with this boss. Because you can't jump into it, fairly obviously, because that'll just kill you. So you do what comes naturally, and you just attack the weak point. And he just kills himself. Because he's a fantastic sort of dude like that, I don't know. Why would you have a tail like that if all it can serve as a purpose is just to kill you? I don't know. But that is not the point, because there's a power star there. I'm just going to very quickly grab the rest of the star bits here whilst we are around, you know, because star bits are going to be very useful later on. We do need a lot of them. If you need an extra hit for whatever reason, you can do something with this. If I remember, you shoot it and you get a coin. Makes a flower. It's pretty nice. So it takes up 1 star bit to get a coin, which is pretty good. I don't know what causes a creature to evolve like that. It's really weird. But anyway, that is how the first star of the game goes. That is the first star that you have to get, because as you saw, even though I took an alternate pathway to reach it, it wasn't exactly something that I had a choice in. That star was the only direction that I could go, and that is that. So yeah, that happens. And obviously I will be saving the game after every star here, just because if something dies, then at least I have that to fall back on. Yes, star bits, blah blah. I guess we need to show this first, don't we? This is a long first part, because this is nearly 35 minutes now. It will be 35 by the end of this, but that's just kind of how it goes, you know. Pretty sure we already know about this, you know, we've already sort of been told of this, but oh well, whatever. Well, yeah, sure. I missed with 1 or 2 because he moved, but hey. Blah blah blah, shoot them at enemies, yes, we know. Yeah, feeding them to hungry lumas, that's what you need them for. Hungry lumas are important for getting to alternate areas and stuff. So that's why you need lots of star bits. Anyway, that is good for the first bit. So this has been Gamer Cow playing Super Mario Galaxy. Starting a whole new thing. Next time on this, we will probably just have to keep going on Good Egg Galaxy because we ain't got enough stars to go anywhere else yet. So, yeah.